Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and today we're going to look at my wife's HP printer. It's going through a ton of ink, and I'm going to show you why it's using so much ink. I'm going to show you that HP knows the issue that these printers have, but they don't really care because they know you're just going to buy more ink. And I'll show you what they did to these things to contain the problem, I guess I'll say. And we're going to tear this thing apart and see what it looks like on the inside. Now, I know this cover comes off somehow. Well, I had it off a little while ago. That didn't sound good, did it? There. Now we got it off. Now we got to take this cover off. Take out a few screws. Now, if you're not subscribed to my channel, as we're taking these screws out, please do, because most of the work I do is on snappers. I do work on other things, as you can see. If you write in and ask to have me fix something, or show you how to fix something, I'll be more than happy to try. That's how this station, I lost that one. That's how this station started out, was doing home repairs. I lost that one too. But it's kind of went into everything since then. And if you are into snappers, send me a picture of your machine and you with it. No, that didn't sound very good either, did it? A lot of parts on this thing. Oh, here we go. We're getting down there. Oop, that definitely didn't sound good. Oop, there to that. Got a lot of parts in this thing. Are you keeping track how it goes back together? Okay, now if I can move this thing over. I know it moves. Ooh, give me a second. I gotta get some gloves. Okay, we got that carriage for the ink cartridges to move down. And you flip this little lever up and you can pull the tray out that the ink cartridges actually go into. And if you get up here close enough and look, you can see all the ink that is caked in there from these things leaking. And if your machine is going through a lot of ink like this Hewlett-Packard was, it's because it's just running out of the cartridge. So if your machine sets for a month at a time without using it, I have heard they tell you to take the cartridges out, flip them upside down, put a piece of just regular tape, Scotch tape, over top of the hole to seal that so they don't dry out. But if you look inside of this thing, I don't know if I can get it close enough. Down inside, this is about the third time I've had this apart cleaning it. It's, well, right now it's pretty much junk. But you can see this is the little tray that the, I can get this out of here, I don't know. Maybe not. This is a tray that all the cartridges parked over top of. The first time I took this apart, you can see right here, they have an actual tray built in there. And this is probably, an inch and a half wide. It's a good 1.5 to 1.75 inches long. And it is about 3/4 of an inch deep. The first time I took this apart and cleaned the print heads and the cartridges off, I took this and this was totally full of black ink, that whole compartment. So I cleaned it all out with some shop towels, cleaned the bottom of the print heads off, and I reassembled it. Now down underneath where this tray sits, excuse me, is some very thick, I don't even know if I want to pick this up, some very thick cotton, I guess like a sponge to help absorb all this ink so it don't run on your tabletop or wherever your printer sets. And you can see how totally saturated this is and gooed up with ink. And they know they have these problems. And why fix it? We'll just go out and buy more ink. But that's what I've heard you can do with these. There's another one of these down here. I don't know if I even want to pick it up. This thing is so saturated with ink, it is unreal. And look at all the ink I got on there just from trying to get this thing out of here. This is just a big gob of black ink that has leaked out of these cartridges, and they don't seem to care. So give that a try. If your machine is using a lot of ink and you don't know why, it's probably just running out of the bottom of the cartridge. So take them out, flip them over. Remember to put the tape on them, because if you don't, I hear they can dry out on you. And see if that prolongs your cartridge of black ink for you. Now I didn't notice, this one had 5 different cartridges of color, and I never really noticed any of the color cartridges linking like the black did. So this one's going to go in the garbage because it's just beyond repair. There's another gob of black ink that has leaked out over time. And this isn't that old. This is about a 2-year-old printer. And yeah, yes, it was junk before I took it apart. I did carefully take it apart the first 2 times and actually clean everything. And it did work for a little while, like 2 days. And then it started gobbing and smearing everything again. So we just bought another printer. And the nice part about it when you buy a new printer is, of course, they change them so you can't use any of the cartridges that you have on hand. You got to throw them away or give them to a friend. Wife gave them to a friend because she still had one of these that worked. So if you have any comments or questions or a printer to take apart, be a little more careful than I did. And put them in that description box below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to send me a picture of you and your snapper. If you're snapper guys, most of the guys that watch these videos are. I want to put them up on my wall of shame. And if you have any questions, let me know. And if not, work safe, have fun, and for gosh sakes, wear gloves when you work on one of these things. We'll talk to you soon.